Welcome to Law and Property with Dr. Prince Joel, Nigeria's practical real estate law podcast for property buyers, investors, diaspora Nigerians, landlords, tenants, and real estate entrepreneurs. Dr. Prince Joel is a legal entrepreneur, property consultant, dispute resolver, author, and real estate investment coach. On this podcast, he breaks down real estate law, land ownership, title verification, tenancy rights, inheritance, due diligence, property transactions, and dispute resolution in plain English. No jargon, no textbook talk, just practical legal knowledge to help you protect your money, your property, and your future. Need legal help with your property? Dr. Prince Joel provides property verification, title searches, dispute resolution, and transaction protection. Book a consultation at drprincejoel.com/consultation. Call or WhatsApp +234 803 486 9295 or +234 802 055 0410. Subscribe now on YouTube and Spotify. Law and Property with Dr. Prince Joel. Protecting properties, preserving peace, preventing loss.
Equal 100.7.
Imo State, are you ready? Are you a landlord, tenant, a developer, a real estate investor, an agent, or a lover of property? If yes, tune into Law and Property with Dr. Prince Joel every Tuesday at 9 o'clock a.m. to 9:30 a.m. on Echo FM 100.7 Owerri. Here are the details of what to expect on the program. 1. All you need to know about real estate investment, development, and documentation. 2. The legal roadmap to property ownership and acquisition. 3. Eagle eye due diligence. 4. Land dispute, how they start, how they escalate, and how they are resolved. 5. Demolitions, notices, and your rights. 6. Tenants, landlords, developers, and communities. 7. Life scenarios, real stories, practical solutions. This program is not just informative, it is preventive, it is protective, it is empowering. Dr. Prince Joel is a real estate investment coach, a property consultant, property resolver, and arbitrator. Don't forget to tune in every Tuesday at exactly 9 o'clock a.m. to 9:30 a.m. every Tuesday. This program is proudly sponsored by Prince Joel Real Estate Academy Limited. Law and Property with Dr. Prince Joel, protecting properties, preserving peace, preventing loss.
Echo FM.
All right, good morning and welcome to another wonderful day. It's Tuesday, and every Tuesday, you know what happens. It's time for Law and Property. Wonderful program, very educative, very enlightening, and of course, it prepares you, for those of you who want to be landowners and property owners, your rights and all that you need to know concerning law and properties. Well, with Dr. Prince Joel, very soon we'll be joining Dr. Prince Joel, who will be joining us via the line this morning. So, Dr. Prince Joel, as soon as we get to him, we will start up. Okay, seems to me we have Dr. Prince Joel in the building. Good morning and welcome, Doc. Hello, Doc. Can you hear me? Hello? Hello, Dr. Prince Joel, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Barry, can you hear me?
Yeah, better now. Good morning. Welcome aboard, Ogami.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning. Good morning to our listeners. Good morning to Imolites.
All right. Okay, today is another Tuesday, and as usual, we enter the class. We don't enter class today. We will be...
Today is not as usual. Barry, sorry to cut you short. Today is not as usual because I really don't find it funny, when our program 9, everybody's hustling to get this program into 9 o'clock. It kills the spirit. It kills the momentum.
Well,
it kills the drive. And I'm really speaking from a place of pain this morning. After today, we may end this program and I'll just do something else with my time. Barry, I'm really not happy.
Doc, sorry, apologies.
Our program is 9 a.m. The whole Imolites are waiting to listen to this program.
All right, Doc, just what you need to know is that sometimes things overflow. Apologies for that. Let's just go ahead with the program today. Remember, you are going to do something interesting. We are talking about the book today. So just put up your mind and let's deal with that. So we can handle that later on outside of the broadcast. All right? Thank you very much, as you understand. All right?
And good morning, Emo Lights. Yes, I'm speaking from a place of pain, but all the same, we need to go ahead. This morning, I would want us to do a quick review of my book, which is the updated version of the old one. Few years ago, I wrote a book on understanding your rights as a tenant stroke landlord under the Nigerian law. And the book has been reviewed with more content in it. And so this morning, I would want us to look at the book, Understanding Your Right as a Tenant and Landlord under the Nigerian law. The concern of writing this book came from a place where I see tenants and landlord fight over issues that would have been resolved by understanding, by knowledge. So it's either the landlord is dragging the tenant to court, or the tenant is dragging the landlord to court. And I also see issues of increase of rents and a whole lot of that playing out. Issues of renovation of properties and all that. And that led to writing this book. Now, this book is more loaded with content. And I'll just read a little from the description of this book. Then we will go into the real content. Now, this book, Understanding Your Rights as a Landlord Tenant under the Nigerian law, of course, is written with a very clear and practical purpose, to help, I repeat again, to help landlords and to help tenants understand their respective roles, their rights and their obligations within the landlord-tenant relationship. Okay, very important. Now, this book is born out of the recognition that many tenancy disputes in Nigeria are not the landlord or tenant, are not the result of bad faith, but of course misunderstanding, misinformation and lack of awareness of what the law actually requires. So a review of the Nigerian court, of course, dockets and reveals, a sleepy flow of recovery of premises cases, many of which could have been, a lot of them would have been avoided, if the parties involved had a clearer understanding of their legal, of their legal positions. So if you understand that, you know where I'm coming from. Now, arbitration actions by landlords, unlawful conduct of tenants, and avoidable conflicts, often arise where legal expectations are unknown or ignored. So to address this gap, the author, being myself, undertook a public poll to identify, these real questions troubling both landlords and tenants. The book, is responsible to direct these affairs or these issues mentioned concern, carefully setting out practical answers and explaining what the Nigerian law exactly is, has led to this book. So, Barry, with this, we have an understanding of why this book came into existence. This is not a theoretical or academic text. It's not. It is a practical guide designed to use or to be used in everyday tenancy relationship. So before disputes will arise, before dispute and litigation will arise, I advise you get a copy of this book. Where you are, or whether you're a landlord or you're a tenant, this book will help you manage the situation. This book offers clarity, guidance, and confidence in navigating tenancy relationship under the Nigerian law. Okay, so that's basically a summary of this book, Understanding Your Right as a Tenant or Landlord under the Nigerian Law. I will allow Barry to lead the review, a quick review of this book, and I will just be here responding. Barry, you have the floor.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Prince Joel. I have a copy of the book here in my hand, a very beautiful one. I think it's made easy to hold, easy to read, and very, very precise. Short things, you know. It's written clearly so that everybody can understand. So I think I recommend it for everybody, just like Dr. Prince Joel has said. Okay, so we have some issues with, like the book has explained. I want to start off this review with how many. First, where can we even get the book to start with? Just tell emailers where we can get the book. That's very important so that they can know.
All right, a copy of this book. You can get this book online. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it on seller.com. But physical place to get this book, it's my office, which is located at 16 Mbari Street. 16 Mbari Street, Ikenebu, second floor, 16 Mbari Street, Ikenebu. I repeat again, 16 Mbari Street, Ikenebu, second floor. You can as well place an order via a text message to the office line. The office line is 070. The office line is 070-251-20085. The office line is 070-251-20085. Barry, before you continue, let me quickly share the topics discussed in this book. On the table of content, you will discover several topics in addition to the one that was not there before. So the first topic, being chapter 1, talks about who is a tenant, understanding your legal status. You need to know who is your tenant and understanding your legal status. The second topic discussed in this book is legal requirement for a valid tenancy. Legal requirement of a valid tenancy. The next topic discussed in chapter 3, it's common tenant scam and how to avoid them. Common tenant scam. There are a lot of tenant scams. The agents on the street will understand better. They will collect money from you and tell you that they are going to show you a property that you will like. On getting there, haven't paid the money, you will just discover that the property that you paid for, or the money you paid for, is just a dilapidated building that they went to show you, seeking to collect on that money to take you to another location. So your right to a habitable, the next chapter is your right to a habitable living space. The next topic is rent increase, what the law says. You need to know what the law says about a rent increase. I'm sure Barry will want to touch that part. Can a landlord disconnect your utilities? Recently, the NEPA themselves disconnected, and I wrote them a letter seeking to drag them to court. And they called my lawyer for a roundtable discussion. Okay, so you need to understand whether the landlord has the right to disconnect your utilities. Now, breaking a lease, tenant right and consequences. If you break a lease that was given to you, the tenant right and consequences. Subletting and assigning your tenancy. Landlord has given you a property, you went behind and you're subletting it. You need to understand the consequences. When landlord sells a rented property, what is your fate? If you're in a property and the landlord has sold the property, what is your fate? Security deposit, your right to refund and deductions. I can't remember how many of us were out that when you were to move out, you were able to get your refund on those what they call caution deposits. Now, the last two topics says an overview of the legal regime governing recovery of premises in Abuja. Now, Abuja had a little twist to recovery of premises. So we had to discuss the legal regime governing recovery of premises. So if you're a property person and you want to have an idea of what is happening in Abuja, you'll find it here. The last one is the recent proposal on Lagos State Tenancy and Recovery of Premises Law 2025, a comprehensive appraisal. Okay, so we have added both Abuja and Lagos Recovery of Premises Law for your own digest, especially lovers of property, which also includes lawyers, surveyors, and everybody who operates in this space.
All right. Thank you very much. That's practically everything in the book. If you want to get a copy, you can get. When I asked you about where they can get the book, this is a digital space now. Do we have any digital copy of this book?
Yes, you can find it on seller.com. We'll have the soft copy in there. So for those who want to get it, just reach out to me if you have any difficulty buying online. The physical copy is 5,000 naira. 5,000 naira, you'll find it in our office. So I would advise that you get a copy from the office. You can as well ask for the account. You ask for the account, we'll share the account with you. You place the copy so that before the book finishes, you can get a copy. If you also want us to courier a copy to you, all you need to do is just to pay for the courier service and the book will get to you.
Okay.
A lot of people have placed orders for this book. From today, we'll start delivering to them. And I'm expecting that as people are listening to this, they will take advantage and also pick a copy of this book.
All right. Thank you very much. You're listening to Law and Property with Dr. Prince Joel, who is, of course, today we are dealing with this book and a lot of things are in here that will help you. So before we move further, let's just jump to, I think that will be chapter, breaking a lease, tenant rights and consequences. I want to ask a little question there. Landlords, can they just come, give you 2 weeks notice of eviction and they evict you without a court order? Because a lot of tenants do that. All right, okay. I think we lost Dr. Prince Joel online now. I was going to ask that very, very important question. You can't be evicted. If you can be evicted, which of them? So many tenants just give you, landlords give you 2 weeks notice. They'll come and paste it on your door. Maybe you are not even there. You went to work. They don't even have the decency to even hand you a written copy. They just paste it at the door. Whether you see, I no concern them. The next thing is to bring thugs and throw your things out. Is it possible? Can that be done? And also, what does the law say with such things? Let's see if we can reconnect with Dr. Prince Joel. The line dropped, and let's hope that he gets back to us before our time elapses. We still have about 15 minutes on this program. So hopefully Dr. Prince Joel will call back and be with us. Okay. So for those of you who are listening to this program, you've been part of this program, you need to understand that most of these things said here are for your own goods. They say if you want to hide something from Africa, put that inside book. I hope that's not the case with this one now. All right, Dr. Prince Joel is back. Hello. Can you hear me now? Okay, hello? Network. This Nigerian network, I wonder. Have you observed, since the talk say network will be issue for election, our network has not been steadied. Ojizakalu network everywhere. It just affects people left, right, and center. Let's get back to Dr. Prince Joel. Of course, he's back on the line. Hello, Doc. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you very well. I'm with you.
All right. Thank you very much. I was asking a question which a lot of tenants have been going through. Can a landlord just give you 2 weeks notice of eviction? Because they do that a lot. They come, they don't even have the decency to even give you directly. They paste it at your gate or your door, and then they walk away. The next thing they claim they have given you notice, they carry a copy without even you signing the quit notice. They're giving to you nothing. So can landlords do that? If they can or they can't, what is the legal implication?
Yes, all this are discussed in this book.
Yeah.
Landlord and tenant, they all have their respective obligations and duties. But to answer that question straightforward, a landlord has no right to give you two weeks notice to quit. First, we have to also understand the kind of tenancy, okay? That
mostly yearly tenants. Yearly tenants. Let's do
the law is very clear. The law is very clear on yearly tenants. Yearly tenants are expected to be served statutory notice. Statutory notice or notices. One of them is you must be served a 6 months notice to quit. However, where default has prolonged over time, the landlord can come with a 7 days notice, okay, to evict you, where default has prolonged.
After the first notice has been given?
No, I'm saying that if you are still within the time frame, what should give you is 6 months notice. However, where you have said continuously, okay, part payment you don't make, shishi you don't make, the landlord can elect to invoke 7 days notice to evict you. That is by affliction of time. Your rent has expired by affliction of time.
That's very clear.
So you can invoke the 7 days notice to drag you to court. Even with that 7 days notice, he has no power to throw you out. He will still need to approach the court. Okay? The self-help is not known to our law.
Okay. All right, I just got a message here from Francis from Second Inland Road. He said landlord doesn't have any right to evict a tenant after 2 weeks' notice unless you sublet the house or your dues has expired more than 1 year or more and you refuse to pick the landlord's call. It's an agreement paper. All right, thank you very much, sir.
No, even if you sublet, the landlord cannot even evict you in 2 weeks' time. It's not possible. It's not known to our law. So let's get that right, please.
If the subletting agreement is not contained in your agreement later,
even if in every tenancy agreement there is always the provision that the tenant cannot sublet without seeking the consent of the landlord. I'm now saying, even where there is a default, the landlord cannot just come, break door, and throw you out or give you 2 weeks notice, make you default.
What about this landlord that will come and lock your door? Maybe you have not paid for.
It's illegal. That's why our people need to know the position of the law. If you're a lover of this program, the only good thing you can do for me is to get a copy of this book and study.
All right.
If you're a lover of this program and you listen to this program, there's a whole lot that will open your eye of this book.
Great. There's another issue here. I think while landlords sell property that you're rented, that's another issue that is very prevalent, and I know it's contained in the book. If you want more copies, more details, you can buy the book and get it. But if these landlords sell their property and then the new landlords come here and say, okay, this property has been bought, we're giving you 2 weeks, 7 days to pack out and all that, what's the legal implication?
Now, this is also discussed in my book. When a landlord sells a rented property, you find that in chapter 9 of my book. Okay? So, first and foremost, there is a procedure to follow if a landlord wants to sell his property and if eventually sells it.
Okay.
The purchaser will take steps. Now, you can find that in chapter 9.
Okay.
In one of which I say that the purchaser steps into the shoes of the landlord and takes the property subject to any existing tenancy.
Okay.
So if landlord sells the property, the new buyer steps into the shoes of the landlord, and becomes a landlord and takes the property subject to all those existing tenancy between the previous landlord and the tenants that are already on ground. Okay. And of course, there's what we call privity of contract and privity of estates. I strongly recommend that people get this book and digest all of this. Now, I'm trying to read some of the extracts here. It says, general legal position. Under Nigerian law, the sale of a rented property does not automatically terminate a tenancy. The general principle is the purchase subject to tenancy That is to say that the purchaser steps into the shoes of the landlord and takes the property subject to any existing tenancy.
Okay. Now, there's a situation. Let's go to chapter 10 of the book, Security Deposit, Your Rights to Refunds and Deductions and things like that. First, is security the same thing as a caution fee? Is that
absolutely?
Okay.
The security deposit is what we call caution fee.
Okay.
Man, have you paid caution fee severally?
No, that one they do me steady. they do so many people steady, and I never get them back. Like they give you, even if you leave.
You're entitled to a refund of that security deposit.
Now, why? You left the house in good shape. There's no way you enter the house and then after like 3 years, 4 years, the paint and all that is still going to remain exactly the way it was before you entered. So how do you get back this security deposit when landlords will tell you that no, the wall is black, this one don't, this one don't? What condition will the house be for you to get back that security deposit?
Okay, now when so the question will come from one of the subtopics, said when is tenant entitled to a refund? A tenant is entitled to a refund in this same chapter 10. A tenant is entitled to a full refund of the security deposit if A, the tenant has lawfully ended, e.g. by notice or expiration, ended his tenancy. B, there are no rent arrears. C, the property is returned in reasonable condition subject to normal wear and tear. When they say wear and tear, house where you enter 5 years ago and today can never be the same. Something will don't crack somewhere. You understand it?
Yeah.
So I'm saying that the normal wear and tear, it's also taken note. The tenant has complied with all material terms of the tenancy agreements. Okay? At that point, you are entitled to refund.
Can you give me a little bit of wear and tear? What, where?
When they say wear and tear,
I understand what it means. What I want to get is how much.
Yes. So when we talk about wear and tear, we're talking about those natural things that a house will don't stay long, will naturally suffer. So a house will don't stay long, you will notice that the paints are either peeling off, or you will notice the doors are shaking, or you will notice the bedroom. Normal wear and tear, you will notice that old age.
The tiles don't change color.
Old age don't catch the property. Landlord is supposed to renovate his property from time to time. Are you understanding?
Yeah.
So if we understand that, once the property is all old, those things will make the property old, it will show. But it is different from, for example, breaking the glasses of the window of the house. That will not be wear and tear.
Okay,
that
that's
will not be
damage.
old age. That one, now you destroy them.
Damage.
So if you want to get your caution fee back, all you need to do now just to repair that part we spoil, and put everything okay.
Okay. Still on this chapter 10, on this wear and tear and all that. For instance, if you are renting a house and that house is in very bad shape, like fine, you agree to rent the place and you ask the landlord, okay, instead of paying the caution fee, can I use it and fix the things that are, because sometimes you give them they're not going to come, they'll tell you, so we'll come fix it, they won't come there, and at the end of the day, you just stay there and begin to suffer. So instead of giving the caution fee to the landlord, you use the caution fee and fix some of those things, even add your own money to fix most of the things that you need to be fixed in the house. Can you still recover such money?
Yes, I have said it in this program that before you start spending anything, you need to reach a written agreement with the landlord.
Yeah.
Don't just start, renovating a house or landlord where there is no written.
In this case, if you have a verbal agreement, is it acceptable?
Verbal agreement, landlord will deny you on the last day. He will deny you and say he never asked you to do anything. So it's good to get a landlord. I know the problem. When you're looking for a house, people are always in a hurry. They want to do things back. And at that point, you are at the mercy of the landlord. He will say, no, if you don't pay this, you will not enter. If you don't do this, you will not enter. Once you enter and avoid me, one chance. Okay, so it's always good that at the beginning, which I took time to explain in this book, at the beginning, you take time to negotiate and have these things written. Now, even on this issue of refund, there is also a remedy where landlord refuses to refund you your caution deposit. You also find it in this chapter 10.
All right. Anyway, other ones, I think we've treated most of them. The tenant scam, which is due diligence. Do your due diligence. That's our last topic before you go buying or paying for anything on the property. And if you have, you're about to move out from your house, for instance, you're a yearly tenant, and then you stay for 8 months and you are about to move out, are you entitled to the remaining 4 months to be paid to you? If not, can you sublet it?
Yeah, you can sublet it. All you just need to do is just introduce the person to landlord and get the landlord's buy-in.
But if you don't have somebody to sublet, what happens to your remaining rent you paid? Hello? Uh-oh, this network has started again. Dr. Prince Joel, can you hear me? Hello? Uh-oh, not again. Oh, God, not again. Oh, God, network is so terrible. Let's get some callers, and if you have anything to say. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Okay, yeah, welcome aboard.
Yeah, this is Awuja calling from Nekede.
Okay, Awuja, go ahead.
I want to know.
So,
Doc, hold on, there's a caller. Go ahead, Awuja.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to know from him.
Okay.
At what intervals are house rents increased? Is it yearly or quarter or monthly or,
Okay.
or for 4 years or 5 years?
I get the question. Dr. Prince Joel, a caller, Awuja, is asking, what is the interval for rents to be increased? Is it a year, 2 years, 3 years? What does the law say about rental increment?
Reasonable time. Make him try buy this book. It's well explained. That is where we talked about increase of rent, what the law says about increase of rent. Now, it's all about reasonable time. But I will always advise that at the point of getting into the property, you can reach a reasonable. This is discussed in chapter 5 of the book. Yes, so I will always advise that at the point of getting into the tenancy, negotiate what time is reasonable to increase. In most cases,
so if there's no specifics on law that stipulates the time frame required, the reasonable time is between you and the landlord.
Now, so it's So rents cannot be mid-tenancy, for example.
Okay.
Rents cannot be increased at the middle of the tenancy. A fundamental principle in Nigerian tenancy law is that rent cannot be increased before the expiration of an existing tenancy agreement. If a tenant signs a 1-year lease at so amount, so the landlord cannot increase it before the 1-year term expires. The increase can only take effect upon renewal of the tenancy. Now, the next thing is adequate notices must be given. When you say adequate notices, we must give 6 months notice before you increase. You for a half-yearly tenant, you can give 3 months notices. For a monthly tenancy, you give 1 month notice. Are you understanding now?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So we're saying that if a landlord wants to increase rent for a yearly tenant expiring in December, for example, the tenant must be notified by June.
Okay, wait. I think what he's asking basically is, if you are a yearly tenant, you enter the house, just 1 year in the house, and the landlord decides to increase the rent. Maybe you are 6 months into your rent, and the landlord now gives you a notice that by next year, when your rent expires, you are going to increase the rent by so and so amount. Is that legal?
Absolutely. It's not legal. A landlord cannot arbitrarily impose excessive rent increase. The landlord cannot do that. The new rent that the landlord is proposing. So if you move into a property within 1 year, and at the end of 1 year, landlord is increasing, that is ridiculous. It's wrong. He can actually increase it, but we're saying that give reasonable time for the person to even balance now.
Okay.
Are you understanding what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the new rent must be proportional to factors, so many factors: market condition, inflation rate, property improvement. You're increasing rent, you never improve property, you increase rent. Are you understanding me now?
So in that situation, if there is no improvement by the landlord and the landlord increases the rent, they say if no one pays,
there are so many things you can do.
That's what I was heading to.
There are so many things
what can you do? Quickly,
you
our
can
time is
drag the
gone.
landlord. You can drag the landlord to court for arbitrary increase.
Jesus wept.
Yes.
Okay,
And of course, in most of the states, the rent control laws may apply in some states.
Okay.
Which some, like in Lagos State, Lagos State set maximum rent limit for specific location on types of housing.
All right.
So you cannot wake up and just increase rent just like that.
All right, thank you very, very much, Dr. Prince Joel. I think our time is up, but definitely, if you want to get this book again, let's get the call number and the office place where they can come, and your WhatsApp number, please. Quickly, no time again.
Yes. Yeah. So for those who want to buy this book, and for lovers of this program, if you're listening to this program, the only love you can show is to pick a copy of this book at our office, second floor, 16 Mbari Street, Ikenebu. 16 Mbari Street, second floor, and the office number, not my number now, the office number to book a copy of this book and ask them to send to you is 070-251-20085. I'll take it again, 070-251-20085. But if you want to talk to me, you want to book an appointment with me, you want to reach out to me, it's 080 2055-0410. Barry, let me quickly say this, that on Friday we are returning with Immigration Clinic on radio at 5 p.m. On Friday, 5 p.m. Immigration Clinic will be coming live on Echo FM at 5 p.m., 5 to 6 p.m. on Friday. So please stay tuned as we do the needful. Yes.
Thank you very much, Dr. Prince Joel. Thank you. Once again, apologies for starting out of our time schedule. Thank you very
soon
much.
I will sue you, Barry. Very soon I will sue you. I will drag you go court very soon.
See, I don't add 3 minutes for you. I'm over than 4 minutes. You know, complete that one.
You're feeling like a G.
And the one where I don't start on time, you holler me. You see your life.
Have a wonderful day. Igbo Line, please, let's get a copy of this book. Okay? I love all of you. Thank you so much, and God bless you.
Thank you very much. All right. That was Dr. Prince Joel on law and property. Let's go there.
Thank you for listening to Law and Property with Dr. Prince Joel. We hope this episode helped you better understand your legal rights, property risks, and the decisions that protect your investments under Nigerian law. For legal consultation, property verification, title searches, dispute resolution, or transaction protection, visit drprincejoel.com/consultation. Call or WhatsApp +234 803 486 9295 or +234 802 055 0410. Get Dr. Prince Joel's books and free resources through Linktree/Dr. Prince Joel. Subscribe on YouTube and Spotify so you never miss an episode. Law and Property with Dr. Prince Joel. Protecting properties, preserving peace, preventing loss.